So how can we do it to get access to that to stuff that's available inside the PHP code, and we need that here. Sometimes when you work with PHP, you might have done echo, but this is a JavaScript file. It's not a PHP file, so you can't run echo or any of that. So there's a way to create global variables for JavaScript from within PHP code. It is something that WordPress provides. So I was saying WordPress has its own way of dealing with Ajax. So if we want something from the actual post, we need to refer to the global post variable so that we can get the information. And we're going to call this a method called WP localize script. Now, where is this variable going to be available? Well, it's going to be available on this particular file. What is it going to be called? Let's call it my Ajax. If we're calling it my Ajax, then in here I'm just going to get rid of this, and this will be called my Ajax, as we specified. And now, what is it that this object will contain? Well, it will contain some pairs of values. First one, as we previously said, needs to be action. I mean, it doesn't have to be the first one, but it needs to be present. So this is the name of the action without the prefix. And I said that we wanted the post ID as well. Well, let's give it the current post ID, just like this. And let's show that post ID back so that you can see how to access these properties. You access them from the post global PHP variable. So this should be giving us the response that we need, 13, and that's the same one we have. So it's working fine. Just to summarize what this all entailed, firstly, we had to, well, create a widget and everything, but when it comes to Ajax and external files, you need to load those external files by referring to this action, WP. You register your scripts. You specify their location and their requirements, if any. Otherwise, you just leave this empty. You don't need to even enter an array. You put them to the queue so they'll be loaded when the time is right. In your script, you can use jQuery if you included it, of course. It comes with WordPress. You do not need to include external versions of jQuery. And just keep in mind that you should add it this way. Don't use the $sign here. You can use it inside. So this is how you can do post. You need to specify an object with the action to be called. And that action, that object you can either create from PHP or you can just type it here directly. And that action needs to be prefixed in this way if the user needs to be logged in. And if the user doesn't need to be logged in, it needs to be prefixed this way. And once now in that function, you can access your variables using post. Just be careful when you echo things back to the user, because that's always something to keep in mind, that you may want to escape certain things.